Thanks for hanging out with us, America. We're so glad you're here. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Nina is with us in Canada. Hi, Nina. How are you?
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
I need a new way to approach my very male husband in an issue that we're facing with our 18-year-old son. And it's in regards to his cell phone. Our son is out of province, going to a small Bible college because he's planning to become a pastor. And our son, he's having trouble with self-control in his life. It not only is in regards to his cell phone, there's a few other areas of his life. And we took him out to college near the beginning of September. And one of the last times that my husband talked to him, he said to my husband, because our cell phone bill was due, we have a bundled plan for my husband's and mine and his phone. He told his dad, "Oh, I bought something on my phone and I'm over." And basically, the general gist of it, well, you know, I know I'm over, and you basically cover it, basically. And the problem is, this is not the first time. He's going repeatedly over, and he knows what his limit is. Mm-hmm. And I need a fresh way, to approach my husband so that we're on the same team, we're on the same page. And I also, our son, Brian, he's our strong-willed child. I also need a fresh way when he comes home on semester break at the end of October to be able to approach him about it so that we don't just get the backup, but that he actually hears us. Mm-hmm. I tried to approach my husband because, for me, in some ways, I think because of Brian's his struggles with self-control in other areas of his life, to me, I think this is where giving the quote-unquote drunk a drink. Mm-hmm. And I think some of what's fueling my husband's desire is both my husband and I have a blended family situation that wasn't exactly healthy when we both left home in our early, after we graduated from high school. Mm-hmm. And my husband wants to be there for his son and support him and encourage him. And
so your husband thinks this is okay.
Wait a minute,
I'm trying to make sure I get the picture. Your husband thinks this is okay and you don't. Bottom line.
I think so. I don't.
Yeah.
And it's really hard sometimes to get that out of my husband, to know where he's coming from.
Yeah.
So I
guess you're going to have to
sit
on the back. Listen, you're going to sit on the back porch, have a discussion with your husband, find out what's going on there. I mean, turn off the TV, turn off all the other white noise, get on the back porch or wherever it is you go when you do that. Go for a walk. I don't care. But go, look, this is driving me freaking nuts because you are completely buying heroin for a heroin addict over here. This kid is out of control, and you are wussing, and it's driving me nuts. So what are you thinking? You got to talk to him where he can hear you. Okay. And, and it's making me, my brain is coming, my hair's on fire right here. I can't stand this. And, just see what he says then and get your husband going. And then you guys come to a conclusion as to what you guys want to do and how hard you want to come down on some of these different things. The thing that's disturbing me more than the cell phone thing is you keep mentioning these vague references to other areas of lack of self-control that you keep driving by. And I don't know what that is, don't really care. But this is just one in a pattern of misbehaviors that this little boy is not becoming a man. Mm-hmm. Is what it amounts to. And so being in control of yourself is part of manhood, part of womanhood, Yeah. And it's called freaking growing up. And time to do it, Bubba. You're 18. And to the extent that you don't do things the way I want you to, whether you're 18, whether you're 28, or whether you're 8, I start taking things away from you that I'm giving you. Mm-hmm. And your life's going to change. I mean, like, no Bible college, no cell phone. No pants. You have to buy your own, mm-hmm. And you got a whole new different life here. So you're going to do either by persuasion, me persuading you and explaining to you what manhood looks like, and you're going to walk in that. You're going to do within reasonable levels of grace what I'm saying, in the way I think things are, or I'm not funding your crazy butt.
Okay.
You know, I don't fund crazy. I don't fund misbehavior. That makes me out of line then. Now, this is just a simple thing. The kid went a few dollars over and you're being a Pharisee, you need to back up, and maybe your husband's going to tell you that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if there's a whole pattern of this guy misbehaving and you're just being too hard, or are you just being too hardcore? I don't know. I'm not a family therapist. Y'all got to look at that and sit down and talk to your pastor and figure this out. You know, have you got the screws tightened down so tight that you don't give the guy any room to be a person? Because mom's a freak. You know, if that's, I don't know if you're that. I'm not accusing you of that. Okay, I'm just saying you start asking yourself these kinds of questions. That's the questions I ask myself. You know, God help you if you're Dave Ramsey's kid. You know, assuming Dave Ramsey's a good guy. You know, you got a big shadow, right? And I have to ask myself about that with my kids. It's a blessing to be my kid. It's also a freaking curse. Think about it, you know? So I got to think about that and how I'm interacting with them. And you got to think about that with Brian as well. So are you asking unreasonable things? And is that what your husband's trying to say with his passivity in this situation? Or are you in line and your husband's just being a wuss?
Okay.
And these are the things you got to talk through with him. You guys get on the same page. It's probably a little bit of all of that. Probably Brian's out of line. You may be running too tight. Your husband may be running too loose. And maybe we need to pull the three of you together towards the center of this whole thing. Maybe. I don't know. It could just be Brian's being a little twerp and y'all need to pop him, you know? Oh,
not that we all have ever been a twerp.
Yeah, I mean, we all have. You know, I'm 18 years old. You would think I wasn't. Oh, my gosh. That's not the question. But we're not talking about me. That's not what this call's about, right? This call's about Brian. So, you know, what's he going to do? And the question is this, not how you can control his cell phone bill, but what's going to cause him to be the man he needs to be 5 years from today?
Okay.
And that's what we're trying to be. I mean, he's going to Bible college, the man of God that he wants to be 5 years from today. And what is the process that takes him there? I mean, one of the fruits of the Spirit is self-control. So let's see some Holy Spirit involvement here. And so you and your husband, you're right. You got to just talk this through. And I just think some real plain talk about it and your personal frustration. And then you go, is that me? Am I being over-controlling? Or are you being a wuss? And that's you talking to your husband, you know? And this is how we talk around our house. I mean, we talk about things. To be unclear is to be unkind, because you get really frustrated with all these niceties and nobody knows what the flip people are talking about in all their subtleties. So just talk it through with him and go, okay, what is going to cause Brian to be the man of God he needs to be? Is it some more grace and some room, or is it that we need to put up some little tighter boundaries because the kid's misbehaving? And, you know, the question is not whether we can afford the stupid overage of $100 or whatever. The question is the pattern of behavior in the kid's life. And is that something we're going to finance? You can't keep him from doing it, but you can make his life miserable if he keeps doing it. And, you know, I want to help him have some problems, as my friend Henry Cloud says. You know, if he ain't got any problems, we'll help him have some.
Hey guys, Rachel Cruz here. Hope you enjoyed that video from the Dave Ramsey Show. If you want to watch another great video, check out my video, 3 things you should consider renting, right over here, or click the link in the description below.